So I've backed off doing a lot of coin videos as of late because I think they have a really bad rep. After all, it's the easiest thing in the world to get in front of a camera and claim some tiny ICO is going to be in the top 10. What's much harder to do is actually sit down, look at the research, and definitively say what is worth looking at because of a fundamental reason that is outside of simple hype. But nothing worth having is easy. That's why I challenge you to use this video as a suggestion about coins you might not know about, or coins that you do know about, but didn't know that they have upcoming notable events. So with that in mind, let's get right into it. Welcome to Ready Set Crypto. This is your brain on blockchain. So to get started, I think the easiest ones to recommend in terms of what you should be looking at and potentially holding right now are the 5 coins that COINBASE said that they were considering. Those coins are Cardano, Basic Attention Token, Stellar Lumens, Zcash, and 0x. Now, after months of speculation, 0x was added to Coinbase last week, making it the 6th crypto asset to join the selective list. Now, don't fret if you missed the pump. Even if you had bought right before the news and sold right at the top, you would have only made a 23% gain. Yes, crypto traders are a bit entitled, but understand that it wasn't a earth-shattering announcement. So obviously 0x made the cut, but it begs the question, which one will be next? Quite frankly, there's a lot of solid bets and arguments that could be made for any of them. For example, Stellar Lumens is looking at more legal ICOs and a fee-less peer-to-peer marketplace that lists every asset class, such as crypto, fiat, bonds, and commodities. Or you could look at Zcash, which is targeting October 28th for their Sapling network upgrade, a major feature enhancement for the Zcash network. Sapling represents years of engineering and cryptographic breakthroughs designed to improve shielded private transaction. This represents an important upgrade and technological advancement to privacy in ZK snarks. And Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin believes that Ethereum could use Zcash's ZK snarks technology to scale the Ethereum protocol by more than 3,000%. Not to mention, Zcash is already trading on Gemini, Coinbase's US competitor. Of course, there's also coins that weren't among the 5 listed, such as Ripple. With a conveyor belt of new companies using XRapid, there will likely be demand to trade Ripple on more platforms in the US. Likely that decision has been delayed due to concerns that XRP constitutes a security, but it could definitely be argued that seeing XRP be used in production as a utility helps its case. Ripple Labs also just revealed that they are in discussions with the Trump administration, saying that the White House is focused on crypto. But if nothing else, Ripple's doing a very nice job right now of drumming up a lot of hype around crypto itself and its platform. Another one that we should look at, and has definitely been burning up the charts recently, is Genesis Vision. Now, they recently announced that their platform launch date has been confirmed for October 30th. The full release will come with a couple features: completely overhauled UI, integration with decentralized exchanges such as IDEX and Fork Delta, complete integration of Genesis markets with Genesis Vision, the start of active promotion in the Chinese region, which they deem to be a region of high importance, index funds and ETFs will go live, they'll have tools to analyze the performance of trading managers, and they'll have a marketing campaign to attract new investors and managers to Genesis markets and Genesis Vision. After that, I want to take a look at Digitex, which is an awesome new futures exchange. It's created to make exchanges and every single transaction easier for all traders, in the sense that investors will escape percentage payments on every transaction they make. The simple explanation of why Digitex exists and why you should be paying attention to it is that it's a hedge against the big player in the space, BitMEX. As the rate of cryptocurrency appreciates, transaction fees based on percentage of other exchange will also increase, and this will increase the appeal of a commissions-free futures exchange. One thing that people do is compare DGTX, the Digitex token, to BNB, the Binance token. And while that's a pretty accurate comparison, I think the biggest difference between the two is that DGTX is compulsory. You need to use it in order to use the Digitex system, whereas BNB is not exactly compulsory on the Binance exchange. Now, the CEO of Digitex has hinted a couple things that are coming up. The first among those is that they're going to be trading on a bigger exchange. And given that the current exchange that they're trading on, Mercatox, is number 62 by adjusted volume among all exchanges, I think that's extremely good for the trading liquidity of the DGTX token, and it's sort of the right place at the right time. They've also hinted towards a big feature release coming up. They should be ready to launch the platform by Q1 of 2019. and they're going to be aggressively marketing starting at the Malta Blockchain Summit on November 1st. Next, I want to talk about Zilliqa, which is set out to create the fastest, most decentralized platform on the market to date. The key feature of Zilliqa is that their platform was built with sharding in mind, so that allows them to move a little bit faster than the existing platforms, which have to kind of retrograde their systems. Now, the big reason I want to look at Zilliqa is because their mainnet launch was rescheduled. It was originally scheduled for Q3 of 2018, but the team had to push it back in order to properly test the code. They're currently targeting the end of 2018 or January 2019 for the launch of their mainnet. And while traders will usually punish a project for missing their roadmap deadlines, I think it's the right move to delay something as important as a mainnet to make sure they get it right the first time. Another project I want to look at that I think is doing a great job right now is Arc. They're exceeding goals and expectations of their roadmap. Now, essentially, Arc provides the tools for any layperson or business to create a blockchain tailored to their needs without any programming knowledge. Their chain is separate from the Arc main chain, which helps keep Arc fast and efficient. All sidechains are still connected through the Arc ecosystem and can interact with any blockchain. A couple reasons to be looking at Arc right now is that they're in the top 10 of the most active GitHubs, which of course is not a great metric, but it's something to consider. They're constantly hiring new team members, they're hitting targets on their roadmap and expanding goals further. They have close to $30 million in development funds at current prices, and Q4 is filled with roadmap targets, so it's a good time to look at them right now. Another one I want to look at that has had its name all over the place recently is TomoChain. It's a public EVM or Ethereum virtual machine compatible blockchain with the following advantages: low transaction fees, fast confirmation times, double validation, and randomization for security guarantees. Essentially, TomoChain is an innovative solution to the scalability problem with the Ethereum blockchain. Now, Q3, they successfully launched their testnet 2.0, as well as some of the other products that they've been working on. They also released their sharding design paper, which outlines how sharding will be implemented using TomoChain's unique masternode architecture. The big thing is that the mainnet is due to launch this quarter, likely in late November or early December. One controversial one I want to look at is Bitcoin Cash. Now, if you haven't been following along, there's been a lot of noise recently with Bitcoin Cash and the possibility of a November 15th hard fork. Now, without getting into a lot of the drama and back and forth behind this, I think this represents a good possible investment strategy. So you might see Bitcoin Cash's price rise in anticipation of whatever happens on November 15th. Next, I want to look at Matrix AI Network, which was created to make blockchains faster, more flexible, more secure, and more intelligent by combining artificial intelligence and blockchain. One of the cool things they're doing is using AI to audit smart contracts to look for potential vulnerabilities and correct them. Another cool thing they're doing is working with the Belt and Road Development Research Center. This will help them secure contracts related to One Belt, One Road and blockchain, which will really help catapult Matrix to a place of prominence. The big thing on the radar right now is the public testnet launch, which is scheduled for November 1st. Another Chinese project I want to talk about is Walton Chain. If you go back and watch my videos on Walton Chain from October and November of last year, you can hear me say that 2018 is going to be a tough year to hold Walton, but 2019 will make it worth it. And I still stand by it. 2018 has been the year that they took the time to work on their tech, make the investments, foster the partnerships, and really prepare to tackle an incredibly challenging problem in industry. They're absolutely one of the hardest working and largest teams in the space, and their current price is a steal compared to what they're going to be showcasing the next couple of years. It's not the flashiest project in crypto, but I think it's actually a strength with how the market is maturing and how we're shifting away from projects that are all hype and no substance. So one you've probably heard a lot about recently is Ravencoin. And one of the biggest things about Ravencoin is that it's trying to be a currency, a cryptocurrency, while also being ASIC resistant. This in turn helps it to be more decentralized. Now, Ravencoin has absolutely gone ballistic recently, leading up to their mainnet at the end of the month. But I think this one might have some staying power as it's one of those clean projects. One of those kind of projects I think we're going to see a lot more of. You know, it's a very transparent team. It's very open source. There's a lot of good values in the community, and it's one of those coins that you can mine. So there's a lot to like behind Ravencoin. But if you missed out on the Ravencoin pump or mining Ravencoin before it pumped, then there's a similar coin named Nerva. And Nerva is based off a Masari or Monero fork, and it's a pull-resistant coin that can be mined with CPUs. So there's no GPU farms or giant ASIC warehouses that are going to be able to touch this. So you can mine this with your computer CPU and start to gather a good amount of the 18 million Nerva that will ever exist. So I'm not exactly expecting this one to blow up anytime soon, but I think the fundamentals help it to be in the right place at the right time. And as coins like Ravencoin continue to find success, I think this will help coins like Nerva also find success. Another one we should look at is CP Chain. So what they're trying to do is be a blockchain network tailored to the Internet of Things, or IoT, and they're looking to improve the current IoT infrastructure. What they're specifically looking at is the problems with current blockchain solutions in regards to IoT integration. And so they're trying to offer a blockchain specifically designed to tackle those problems. So two things to know about CP Chain is that it will have a tiered masternode system, and its mainnet release will launch by the end of the month. Another one that's doing really interesting things right now is Quant Network. So last month they released their SDK, and they also announced that on November 20th, they're going to be hosting an event in London to launch their Overledger. Now the Quant Network Overledger is going to be one of the world's first blockchain operating systems that not only connects blockchains to one another, but also connects existing networks to blockchains and facilitates the creation of internet-scale multi-chain applications, otherwise known as maps. This one has been burning up the charts recently, so I think people are starting to pay attention to Quant and their upcoming Overledger release. Another one I want to take a look at is Nix platform. They're trying to create a new financial system by creating a DEX manager, or decentralized exchange manager, in which they'll be able to integrate any existing decentralized exchange while adding a privacy layer to all transactions. What I think is really cool is that the team integrated the zero coin protocol, which is something that we see in some of the most popular privacy-centered coins, such as Zcoin, Zcash, and Pivx, as well as stealth addresses and Tor to create their Ghost protocol. Now, they're currently scheduled to launch their Ghost protocol by the end of the year, and their DEX manager will hopefully be out by the end of Q1 2019. As soon as it lists on more accessible exchanges, we're definitely going to see this one take off as well. It's unique in so many different ways. They're really changing up the privacy game. Their technical paper should be out in the next few days, and I really think it could do a similar pump to what we've seen of Ravencoin recently. If you're a dev, I really recommend you check out their GitHub. So that's all my picks for this video. I'm going to be doing a follow-up to this one, talking about some of the STO platforms and projects that I'm seeing right now that I'm really excited about. But I think the important thing to stress right now is that crypto is certainly not dead. There are certainly some really exciting projects out there that are doing some really cool things. I think the market just needs the right catalyst and conditions, and we should see a return to the norm of what we kind of expect out of cryptocurrency. An exciting space fueled by innovation. I think blockchain is going to come back stronger and more mature in 2019, and soon 2018 will just be a bad distant memory. So hang in there, guys. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already in order to continue to see high quality cryptocurrency analysis and advice. Don't forget to hit the bell right next to the subscribe button in order to be notified when we put out a new video. Also be sure to watch some of our other videos and visit our website, where we've got more free cryptocurrency education, a free intro course, a free book, and a free newsletter. So definitely check us out. Thanks again for watching. This has been Ready Set Crypto, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.